What do you call it when traffic gets diverted down another route? A redirection. Linux has those too, but they are way less annoying. This is B from TatOG Tech, and today I'm going to tell you all about redirections in Linux. Stick with me. I've got a favor to ask. If you like this type of video and want to see more content like it, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell button for notifications. Also, don't forget to give this video a like if you like it. Let me know what you liked, didn't like, or if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or emotional outbursts down in the comment section below. And lastly, make sure you stick around all the way to the end so you get the most out of this video. Let's do this thing. All right, so we're going to switch over to the desktop. Now, what you're going to see here on screen is a few symbols. I'm going to get into those in just a second. There's a couple things that I wanted to go ahead and explain first as we're going through this topic on redirections. In my last video, I covered Linux input and output streams. If you're not sure what those are, go and check out that video for more information. Redirection allows us to redirect the standard input, standard output, or the standard error from a command. Most commonly, you will be doing this to send one of these to a file. There are a few symbols that you will want to know when we talk about redirection. Now, these are the four symbols right here. Just a single less than sign. I think that's a less than sign. Let me check. Nope. Sorry. A single greater than symbol, two greater than symbols, a 2 with a greater than symbol, and then a less than symbol. So what do these mean? All right, well, the first greater than symbol, that's going to overwrite the contents of a file when you redirect the output of a command to a file. And I'll actually show you some examples here in just a minute. The second one here, which is going to be the 2 greater than symbols, it appends to an existing file. Now, the reason this one is important is because, say if you have something that you want to add to a file that already has some contents in there, is you'll want to use this one. If you use the single one, it's going to overwrite everything that's there. So make sure you're using the correct one. Now, the third one is going to be the 2 with the greater than symbol. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to redirect standard error. It's going to send that error somewhere else. And with these two right here, I talked a little bit about this in my last video. There's the stream indicator, which is going to be for standard input, it's 0. For standard output, it's 1. And then for standard error, it's 2. Well, right here in front of this one and this one is a invisible 1, because it automatically assumes that if you're using these symbols that you want to redirect the standard output. So you don't have to put it there. Well, in this particular case, we're using the same symbol, but we're actually putting the 2 there because we want to go ahead and redirect our standard error in order to go ahead and make sure that we get it sent somewhere else. We don't want it to actually pop up on the screen. Now, the last one is going to be a less than symbol, and it's going in the other direction. Now, this is going to redirect back to standard input. I don't really use this one a lot, so I'm not going to really give you a whole lot of information on it, but I will show it to you in the example if you are curious. These are not all of them, but are the most common that are out there. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's go ahead and get into some examples here. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and touch a file. We're going to call this test file. All right, touch is a command to go ahead and allow you to just create a file if it's not already created, or it'll allow you to update the modified information on an existing file. All right, perfect. And if we just do an ls here. All right, perfect. We've got our test file there. Awesome sauce. Now, let's go ahead and use the echo command. The echo command will just repeat what we put into it. And we're going to go ahead and put in there my Linux guru is my Linux guru. Oh, yeah. My Linux guru has a first name. It's Linus. All right, so what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and take this and we're going to go ahead and put the greater than symbol, and we're going to go ahead and put it into test file. All right, so basically what we're doing here is our standard input, which is this one right here, all the way down to here. And we're redirecting the standard output into this file. So let's go ahead and hit enter. And we didn't get any output, but now if we do a cat on test file, we can see my Linux guru has a first name. It is Linus. Now, let's go ahead and do this again. We're going to do echo. And we're going to do a I have no Linux guru. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get another greater than symbol, and we're going to go to test file. Perfect. There we go. And let's go ahead and run the cat command again. And what do you know? Look, previously it was this. Well, when we use this operator again, it's only putting in the most recent one. So that's why I made the distinction between those two when we first started doing this. Now let's go ahead and clear this out. And we're gonna do another echo here. We're gonna do Linux is my life. I don't know why I capitalized that. Linux is my life. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that to test file. Now let's cat test file again. And there we go. See, because we used the double greater than symbol, it ended up appending it to it versus saving, or I guess outputting it over what was already there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and enter a command here. I'm going to go ahead and just clear this out. Now, let me show you the importance of doing that, of the redirecting standard error. So we're going to do find. We're going to do it for the entire root directory, and we're going to do a tag type. We're going to put an F for file, and we're going to do the name. And we're going to put apt. All right, now what we're doing here is we're running the find command. We're searching in the root directory. We're looking for the type file, which is the F. We're looking for tac name of apt. So let's go ahead and do that. And look at all that error. I've actually showed this in one of my previous videos when I talked about redirecting the error into the black hole in Linux. So this is why we want to do this. This is why this is so important to be able to do. This is where it's going to make your life a ton easier when you're only looking for certain information. Now let's go ahead and clear this out. We're going to rerun the command, but this time we're going to go ahead and do to. We're going to go to dev null. Now, if you haven't already checked out my Linux back hole video, go ahead and do that. I think it's 2 videos ago. Go ahead and check that out. All right, and basically what we're doing here is we're sending it to dev null, which is basically a black hole, abyss, whatever you want to call it, and you won't be able to go ahead and get this information back or see it at all. So now look at that, so much easier, so much easier to read. Now let's clear it out. And let's do the input redirection, which we're going to do cat. Then we're going to do a less than symbol, and then we're just going to go ahead and do test file. And really, if we just do cat test file, we get the same thing, but it's reading it slightly differently. With the cat symbol, it's actually, with cat without it, it's actually reading directly, from the file, and then doing it this way, it's actually being redirected from this file into the input to be able to be output on the screen. So I haven't really found it useful. If anybody has any comments on how that can be useful, please let me know down in the comment section below. Again, I've said this before, I am no expert, and I am always learning, so I would love it if you would share that down below. Thank you so much if you do that. Redirection is super useful when working with the command line. Check out this other video from my channel. Remember, mistakes make you better, so keep on making them. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have the greatest of days.